All right, so I'm going to try to record this again because I do not want it to be super, super long because that's what was going to happen. So I've been feeling very pulled to talk to a specific group of people. Now, this is a group of people that um, has a hard time with their shadow side or the dark pieces of them. And you have most likely been guided to by your team to start to incorporate wholeness, yourself as a whole. All right. Chances are we are talking about this and that you've been brought here to this video is because you have a hard time not being a pushover. You have a hard time trying to be nice and sweet in this version of love to everyone, even if they don't deserve it. And this is stemming from a place of your own shadow and who you can be when you are nasty or when you are triggered, scaring you, and you not wanting to be that dark or that evil or that nasty. And you may feel like, no, I don't want to incorporate my shadow. I want to be this good person. But you are cutting off a piece of yourself. Let's talk about your shadow and your importance for a second. Your shadow is important because this is the pieces of you that make you dig deep and find power that you didn't want to exert and that you didn't know that you had when you have been wronged. When you have been wronged, when you have been bullied, when you have been beaten down. All right, your shadow will come through and take over. And you will be in a mind state of F all of it, F it all, F everybody, I don't care. Because it's been so much. But then sometimes we realize what kind of damage we can do in that state, and we don't want anything to do with it. All right? Completely understandable, completely valid. But now it's time to move on. We cannot stay in a place of love and light all of the time. It's not balanced. And those scales will tip eventually. And that is why it's a part of the reason why your team wants you to come to wholeness. Besides the fact that you cannot create wholly magically if you do not tap into every range of emotions that you have. You cannot be the epitome of this powerful goddess or God just exerting this energy and knowingness of who it is that you are if you are only trying to walk in love and light. It doesn't work like that. Because if you're only trying to walk in love and light, you will not have boundaries. You will deny pieces of you that are trying to come through. And it will, one, create an energy of repression. What happens when we repress? We will either fester and cause dis-ease within our body, or we're going to explode like a pressure cooking pot. When we start to sit and understand our shadow, understand what they're here for, we can begin to understand ourselves. When we decide to talk to ourselves in a balanced place upon a situation that we may be in, what is the right pieces? Weighing the pieces of the scale to see how we need to present ourselves is what is important. Because, like I said before, your shadow is here to protect you. It comes when you are so angry that you can't keep this facade of love and light. And when we get to that point, that's when it's dangerous. So, listening and seeing how you need to exert yourself within your boundaries. What is comfortable for you? Boundaries is really a big piece of this, as well as you needing to stop being afraid of yourself. Because if you're trying to switch into love and light only, chances are you're not a bad person. You do not want to create harm. And that is why your spirit team is telling you that it's okay, it's time for you to incorporate your shadow, because you're not a bad person, you're not a nasty person. But you need to be at wholeness. You need to be able to tell people to F off sometimes when they're stepping all over your boundaries, when they are taking advantage of you or trying to take from you. You have to be able to stand up and fight for yourself. And your shadow is what gives you the power to fight for yourself, to stand up for yourself, to articulate yourself, to stand in your truth and say, no, that's not what it is. This is what it is. Every single time. And I have goosebumps flowing through my body, you guys. Stop being so afraid of your shadow. Start listening to how it is you feel, because every time you are not listening to that feeling that is coming up in a situation, or when you are interacting with other people, every time you shove it down and you repress and you're just leaning towards this one side and you're not saying, no, this is my boundary, this is not right, you will be angry every time you leave the situation. It will be playing over in your head every time you leave the situation, how things could have been handled differently if you would have stood up for yourself, or if you would have laid out that boundary, or if you would have said what you're doing is not acceptable. I will reiterate again, your shadow comes to protect you. It holds true power. Start listening to yourself. You are both light and dark. There is both masculine and feminine energy within you. Learn how to incorporate this into wholeness. This means, again, stop being afraid of yourself. Talk to yourself. Listen to yourself. That is where you find the balanced piece to move from and what is acceptable and what's not. Don't tell yourself you're wrong for feeling some type of way. None of that. Talk to yourself. When you can have a conscious balance between the pieces of you, you're not falling to one side or the other. You're emerging through the middle. Okay? You're emerging through the middle because both of these pieces of you are talking and trying to come to an agreement. All right? I hope that this video is helpful. I'm setting the intention that it finds everybody that it needs to, but I'm more than confident that it will within divine timing. I love you guys. You got this. I believe in you. Your team believes in you. And I hope everybody has a great day.